years with more experience, more depth at certain positions. What is this year's? Are they starting out ahead of last year's? I guess.
I'm not sure what you're talking about from last year, but I think that'll all play out there in training camp. Whether what position group is a strength, what where's the improvement been over the summer, and then I think that, I don't. You can't sit here as a coach and say this will play out this way. I mean, that doesn't usually happen that way. I haven't been a head coach long enough to know how that happens. So that'll be born also out into the season, the beginning of the season. I think we'll come out of training camp towards the end of that second and third week, like I was telling Craig, and start to say this is who I think we are. And then as we become either successful at stuff, whether it's a certain package, it's a certain route concepts, it's certain blocking type schemes, then we gravitate towards those in the season. And if it's not working, there's an eraser. We'll figure it out. So I think sometimes it's ever evolving throughout the season.
Who do you think will be the contributors carrying the ball?
The guys coming out of spring, I see who's improved over the summer and who's going to. That's a wide open race. Lawan had a really good end of the freshman season. I thought Tony Lindsay had a really good end of spring ball. Really good end of spring ball. Justin Hervey started making some plays. Devontae Mays, now that he's been here for a semester in the summer, you look for his output to increase because of knowledge of the system and being in a little bit better shape and being here and knowing how we do things a little bit better. So Kennedy Williams is a guy that is actually going to play some slot, some running back, and just like he did last year. So we'll see.
You talked about the players learning the Aggie culture. Is it a similar thing for the new assistant coaches?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Your assistant, and you walk in here, to me, it's our job as other coaches is to teach those new coaches, 2 new coordinators, although Kevin walked in miles ahead because, being the linebacker coach here, having success, he knew the way we did things. That was a very, very seamless transition. You got young coaches and, like I said, 2 new coordinators, and we as coaches teach them here's how we recruit. Okay, this is how we develop them. This is how we stress them academically. This is what we do, how we practice. Okay, this is how practice changes. Okay, and to me as new coaches and new players, it's very, very important for you to go, okay, I recognize the success that this program has had and buy in. Then I also think it's very healthy and important that we as coaches say, okay, how can we improve this model? What fits that you have had experience at, okay, that fits here, how can we tweak this and make it better, more efficient, more explosive? And sometimes they work. No, we tried that. That didn't work. That's new. Something is that makes us better. It's the Utah State version. It's not Matt Wells' version. Okay, it's not Mark Weber's version. It's not Josh Heupel or Kevin Clune. It's our version. And so I think it's been great dialogue back and forth, and we have tweaked a few things, but the nuts and bolts of what we're doing is pretty similar, pretty same as.
Coach, can you give just any example of some of those things that you have tweaked that we don't get to see?
Yeah, sure. Maybe some competitive situations in practice. Maybe some of the rotations, how we rotate in practice. Been a little bit, some of those things. Maybe a little bit more from that standpoint. And then some things behind the scenes, offense and defense. Hopefully streamlining some things to become more efficient, whether it's how you say it, how you signal it, or how a kid sees it. And, I like to say in coaches' terms, it's same as. So it's a little bit different for like 2 of the 11, but for 9 of the 11, it's same as. That's adding more, but not adding a whole lot. Does that make sense? So we spend a lot of time trying to keep it efficient, but smooth for a lot of guys. Not completely different for 11 guys on offense or defense.
You mentioned the excitement for this time of year heading into the fall camp.
Yeah.
What's the most stressful part of this time of year for you?
Till I get to 2 o'clock tomorrow. From the minute spring ball ended till then. Just because, things that you can't control. You know, control what you can control, and that's your attitude and your effort as a coach. And as a player, we say that around here all the time. Those are the two absolutes. You can always control your attitude and your effort every single day. And things that you can control, that's what you ought to stress out about, you know. But it's easier said than done, you know.